It pains me to say that your squad is officially disbanded.
In my hometown, Lakeshore Drive, the road is called, and it'll take you up or down. From rats on up to riches, 15 minutes you can fly. Pretty blue lights along the way help you right on by. And the blue lights shining with a heavenly grace help you right on by.
Greetings, people of Balmerica. Emperor Vihan has intercepted all television frequencies on the continent to spread a very important message. It has become clear to the Emperor that the nations of Devopolis and Utopia cannot coexist. With the recent upset of their covert elite squad, it is clear that something must be done against the tyranny of Utopia and the gamers. The Emperor has volunteered to vanquish these gamers, and thus, it is time for a new war to begin. It is time for us all to pick a side. Do we join the benevolent Emperor of Devopolis, or do you side with the tyrannical gamers who overthrow countries when they feel it fits? It is time to restore this continent under one leader once more. We are not rewinding to the times of Jeff, no. We are fast-forwarding to the great decade of Emperor Viha, and Utopia and the gamers are the only things standing in our way. It is time for the remnants of the Kaplan War to finally find out who deserves to survive and who shall perish. Thus begins the Remnant Wars. メッセージはバメリカ大陸の混乱をもたらしました。ゲーマーズとヴィハンの間の緊張はすぐに全面戦争に爆発した。国境を越えた人々は誰もが味方を選び始めると、覇権をめぐった互いに戦います。ゲーマーズのエリート部隊だった大スターで全世界が僕のヴィハンを支持することを選択しているように見えます。アルフレドと議長は次の動きについて忠告します。
Mr. Chairman, that broadcasted to the entire continent of Balmerica, Vihan has declared war against Utopia, against the gamers. I've alerted all gamer agents of a new bounty on Vihan's head. A golden bounty. All gamer agents have been set out to try to find information to take down Vihan and Copatron. But I have to admit, if we still had our squad, this wouldn't be nearly as big as a threat. It looks like we got rid of them at the worst time we possibly could.
Where are they now?
What? Where are we?
Shh. It's starting.
catching live from Wilton Rose, it's yours truly, Bob Mesquita Jr. Hey, how's everybody doing? That's great. Listen, thank you all for showing up to our 5th annual Wilting Rose recruitment ceremony. As you all know, every year we kindly kidnap some special individuals and put them into death-defying situations to see if they got what it takes to join my squad, the Wilting Roses. A collection of the most dangerous people on our continent of Bomberica. We got some real heavy hitters this year and it's gonna be quite a show. So without further ado, let's get started!
I know you. You worked for the gamers. You caused quite an uproar in this continent. It's probably why Bombus wants you. The name's Ping. I'm a bounty hunter. I was a bounty hunter. Me and my sister, we were a duo. My sister got dragged into this last year. I never saw her again. I'm not here to be on the Wilting Roses. I'm here to kill Bombus Idoro Jr. These are menace. Him and his squad. The only reason that his territory hasn't been touched by Devopolis or Newtopia is because of their fear for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our champions.
I'd love to talk more, but it seems like he's calling us up.
Alright, you've waited long enough. It's time to introduce your champions for today's ceremony. First up is a fan favorite, the most famous luchador wrestler on Bomberica, coming in at a whopping 250 pounds. La Lechuga! Next up, you may know him at home as a tyrant, a thief, and even a pirate. But right now, he's one of the most formidable challengers we have today. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Captain Witty Twinkle! Then, there's the famous other half to the notorious bounty hunter duo, King and Paul. Put your hands together for Ping! We have an exciting next set of challengers here today before we introduce our returning champion. Starting first with the man, the myth, the legend, the Janitor! Nobody quite knows his name, but the only thing we do know is that he's the only member of the Gamer squad that wasn't actually there the day they tried to take over Influenza. Some have even called him the truest of the whole Gamer squad. He's had quite a fan base over the past couple of weeks, which is why we brought him here to you today. Next up, it's the person of the worst public opinion. Put your hands together, or don't, for the famous detective, Detective Chin!
Really? Oi, who the does this lad think he is? You fuck lad!
We're all excited to see this fella get punched in the face, which is why we've brought him here to see how he gets it today. Moving on from the worst, we have another very mysterious man on the squad. You may know him as one of the brave souls who saved the goddamn world, the protege to Frugal. It's People! as we all know, Frugal's been missing many a year. But don't be discouraged by the fact that you don't see him here today. We have Frugal's own protege with us. Peepo is quite a fighter, and I'm excited to see what challenges he manages to get past in this competition today. Next up is our last person from the Gamer Squad, a special frog known as easily the most chaotic of the group. Someone who'll do anything for a good fight. It's the marvelous, the spectacular Ringo! Now, with all of our other challengers introduced, we have a returning champion from the last year's arena. Although this challenger did not win the last one, he clearly became a fan favorite for the Wilting Roses, and we're excited to see what he does today. You all know him. You all love him, known simply as Andrew! A very rare creature made from pure enjoyment, pure imagination. He is what's known as a specter, a being made from pure emotion, a very rare being indeed. His unique exterior perfectly matches his unique personality and skill set. We all know from last year that this man can use that bubble wand to create any type of bubble structure he wants. And trust me, he wants to make some pretty crazy things. Many of us here were a bit intimidated on letting him into our challenges this year, but who could say no to that face? Alright, with all of our challengers introduced, it's time to get started with this year's ceremonies. Now, as you all know, each year we pick a new challenge to give our contestants. This year we plan on making it a little bit more simple for all of our new viewers and many of our new contestants. This year we're going to be doing a simple yet entertaining set of challenges. This year we're doing one-on-one battles. We will have some of our contestants fight each other, but many of our own Wilting Roses have volunteered to fight some of our contestants. These battles will be anything but simple, despite their premise. They will be formatted in a tournament style, with the last person being named the newest member of the Wilting Roses. If a Wilting Rose member wins, then nobody will become a Wilting Rose member, and they will all be executed. Alright, with the rules and challengers introduced, it's time to go to our first round!
Hey, you. You seem to know a lot about this place. What's the deal with the Teletubby?
Andrew? Well, that guy's a whole different story. Last year, when my sister was in this tournament, she went up against him. She beat him, but let him live. And so did the Wilting Roses. They didn't kill him at the end when a Wilting Rose won and killed my sister. They kept him alive. The audience loved him. There's one thing about people. They love looking at something weird. Something that can make themselves feel better. That's what Andrew was to them. Is he a good fighter? Yeah, but that's not the appeal. He's Bombus's moneymaker. In this arena, the only thing that matters is how much you entertain that crowd up there. How much you can offer them. Some people offer it in combat, like my sister did. But others are subjected to a fate worse than death. Humiliation. The people want to see Andrew because they like laughing at him. Word of advice. Before you go up there, figure out which one you want to be.
that was, folks. I mean, that was nuts. But fellas, that's just the beginning. Our next match is gonna be even more exciting. Next up is Ringo versus one of our own Wilting Roses, Gunther!
I thought I was gonna be like a final battle because Gunther's massive.
Nah, man, he's
Nah,
not
you're
much
the
of a
first
character
fight.
other than being massive.
Let's just test him out. Just throw a card straight at his head.
The card goes into his head. He opens his eyes because
What?
previously closed.
It's in his brain and he's just chilling. I don't know what to do. I just threw a card at his head and he stood still. This is an odd man.
the challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we make this match a little bit more interesting? You are now completely surrounded by lava. So if you can't find a way to kill your opponent, just get them out of bounds, and they'll kill themselves.
Oh, I can push him into lava. All right, good to know.
Gets up out of the lava.
What?
Just kidding.
Ich mag dich. Ich werde dich lieben lassen. Finde mich, wenn du stärker bist. Ich verliere.
Folks, I am stunned. What a match that was. I mean, incredible. Even though Gunther had him beat, Ringo does win that match and will move on to the finals. Well, with that settled, let's get to our next round. The Janitor versus Andrew.
I'm gonna stand there and wait for his move. I take the cleaning supplies off my belt and I spray it in his eyes to blind him. I go behind him and I take my mop and I stick it up his.
This is brutal.
Come on, man. Put this in.
God, where did this kill Andrew?
Folks, I don't think I've ever seen such a display of brutality before. Who knew that a janitor could be so evil? We've had our fair share of laughs when it comes to Andrew, but this is a whole new level. This janitor truly is something special. It seems we don't need a crowd pleaser, Andrew, anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, your new fan favorite, the janitor! I'm afraid that match is over. We will see what becomes of our dear friend Andrew. But for now, let us move on to the next match, my friends. It only gets more exciting. Next up, it's People versus Dr. Stroheim.
Well, look what we have here. It's the famous son of Frugal. People, you're going to have to put on quite a show, I presume.
Figure out which one you want to be. Begin!
Very well then. Show me what you got, people.
Come on,
Zawado!
Wait, you can stop time?
What? You didn't think you was the only one who could? Can I be honest with you for a second, people? This whole grand contest was about you this year, ever since the incident at Influenza Bombus, has been very interested in you. He wanted to see what you could do in these matches.
I'm not gonna fight you for some stupid game. I belong in the heavens with the gods, and yet you will have me trot upon the ground like a slimy slug. Why does Bombus even want me anyway?
Yes, my friend. All will be explained in time. Follow me to find that out.
Fine.
Good. I'm so glad we could talk like we were civilized men.
Gary has disappeared.
My God.
Oh my god.
The crowd is incredibly confused and honestly a little bored with the fight that just happened because it wasn't no fight.
You gotta
at
put him
all.
in the Gary channel now.
No worries, folks. That match might not have been a lot of fun to watch, but this final round before the finals will be even more exciting. Next up, it's Detective Chimp versus our very own Detective Slither.
Let's just get this over with. Do you remember me, Mr. Jim? 2 years ago, I was in the running for Detective of the Year award. The people loved me, but one day you came waltzing in with your dumb hat and your stupid octo arms and stole it all from me. My Corey was gone. I was fired not too long after as well. You'll pay for what you did. I really doubt that. Oh. How has your family been, Mr. Jim? That's right. I know they're going. Where are they? I'm afraid I can't say. Wow, you really have a tight grip. Where is my family? You're the detective. Why don't you go find them yourself?
Stop! Detective Slithers was pushed out of bounds, so there is no need to continue this fight. If both combatants would please return back to underground. Thank you. Looks like that display of brutality was very taxing on Detective Chimp. I think we've all underestimated just what exactly he is capable of. Anyway, with the first round completed, it is time to move to our semi-finals. We have 4 champions who have beaten someone in their first fight. They will be facing off against each other. These semi-finals will be 2 matches, and the winners of both will face off in the final match of the day. With that being said, why don't we just get started? Our 2 returning champions are Pink versus the Janitor!
This should be interesting.
Begin!
Hey, take it easy, man. We don't have to play Bombus' game. If you just pretend to get knocked out, then this whole thing will be over with. I have the ability to glitch my body. You have no powers. I don't know how you expect you're gonna beat me normally. Fine. Be that way. Bastard, you'll kill us both! Once again, the janitor does it. That concludes our first match in the semifinals. Our last match before the final one of the day is between two very familiar and unlikely competitors. Our next match's competitors will be Ringo, the feared warmonger of the Gamer Squad, versus Detective Chip, a surprisingly just as feared member of the Gamer Squad. Although there is quite an age gap between the two, I feel as if that is the only difference between them. I just think they don't like to admit that they're more similar than they let on. Well, let the final of the semifinals begin.
I didn't know your family was gone.
I will find them.
Just a friendly reminder that if any champions refuse to fight, they will be sent to death.
We have to fight.
I know.
I won't go easy on you.
Give me your best shot, kid. You remind me of him. Frugal.
Pico's dad?
Yes, he was. You have the same knack for getting on my nerves.
Where is Frugal?
No one knows where he went.
I want to find him, the strongest man.
Go for it, kid.
So, you want to end this?
Bring it on.
Kill him, Ringo. I'm adding a new rule. To move on to the finals, kill Detective Chip.
I won't.
Oh?
I'm not gonna kill him. He's my friend.
I've had quite enough of you gamers. Ringo, if you don't kill him, then you will lose the fight. You forgotten will win the tournament. Is that what you want? To lose?
Yes.
You ungrateful, snot-nosed brat! I gave you a chance to be useful to him, but you threw it away. Buford Godwin has won our tournament, but I want all surviving champions on the arena floor. Now! I have been nothing but kind to you, and you have repaid me in disrespect. Since the spectacular Ringo doesn't want to execute his precious friend, you will all be killed. Nobody messes with Bombus Jr. He is all powerful. He is That's for my sister, you twisted bastard. You really shouldn't have done that. Bara wa utsukushi mono desu. Utsukushi sa wa kotoku ni tanoshimu koto desu ka. Dareka ga aete bara ni furuto. Doko no aru unme no toge ni sasaremasu. Toge wa minukusha kara no utsukushi sa no bogyo desu. Sara ni choi shite kudasai.
Sorry, boss. Lost my cool there for a second.
Sore wa daijoubu desu, Skipper. Anata wa anata no muko teki o umaku hata shimashita. Anata wa watashi no kowari ni kyoretsu na dageki o ukamashita.
What the hell is going on?
あなたは私が誰でもかしめたいと思います。私はボンベス・イートル・ジュニア。ボンベス・イートルの本当の息子です。私はロバートの使用人にこの場で私を寄せてもらいました。私はあなたが規則に従わないことをしていました。結局のところあなたは私の話の悪役です。そして今あなたを殺すのはもったいないでしょう。もっと良い改革があります。ドクター・ストローハイピーポーを持ってきて。彼はそこにいます。ピーポー、ほと息子。ピーポーを恐れる必要はありません。私はあなたを傷つけたくありません。私は真実を明らかにしたいだけです。教えて。あなたの身の父、ペペがどのように死ながしていますか？
My father died in a freak accident. Detective Chip, Bernsky, and Frugal all told me that. They would never lie to me.
運命はあなたにそのピーポーを信じ去られたでしょう。あなたの事件はペペに本当に何が起こったのか学ぶために来ました。その日、ペペは北上していた。彼は彼の親友であるバーンスキーとデテクティブチップと一緒にいました。彼らは探索するためにそこにいませんでした。彼らは獣の挑戦するためにそこにいました。フルーグ。彼らはその男を見つけて悪戦苦闘した。通常の方法では戦闘に勝つことができませんでした。ペペはフルーグの対して彼の最大の動きを使用することにしました。彼はその過程で亡くなりました。デテクティブチンプとバーンスキーはフルーゴと戦いたかったのですが、彼はピラードのためにあなたをみなしごにしました。あなたのお父さんは寒い暗い場所に亡くなり、彼を殺した男が息子を育てさせるのを友達がみんな持っていました。フルーゴはあなたのお父さんを殺しました。
Frugal the man who took my father away from me.
Your father loved you, Pico.
Answer me!
Yes.
真実はすぐに明らかになります。
You bastard! I'll kill you for this!
ピーポーに参加してください。フルゴを見つけて殺すのを手伝ってください。あなたの父の死を復讐しなさい。私もあたが欲しい夢。
People, don't! This isn't what your father would have wanted.
No more lies.